1311 and we are in the Extreme Ultimate Decade Challenge. Today we're going to be starting off in a household that we've been wondering about. All right, everybody. So we are on the last couple of hours of 1311 and we are back with our Jedadiah household, who is our second older household. If you guys are not caught up with the last decade, obviously there will be spoilers for my gameplay story, but Jedadiah foolishly accidentally burnt down his house. Yeah, so Jedadiah foolishly burnt down his house. He does not know he burned down his house. He does not know he accidentally killed his oldest son and everything else. He is pretty foolish right now, but he ran away to another country. We don't know where that is right now, and he is staying at this tiny little town. I would just say it's like a tiny little settlement on their way to a bigger town. And we also have another family that he has kind of became friends with. It is a single dad named John who has two children. One is named Robin Merriman, and then the other one is Eliza Merriman, and they are twins, and he is a single dad. And so we're going to get to know a little bit about all of them. But yeah, that's kind of where we are. We're just kind of seeing what Jedediah is doing, taking care of his kids. It seems that Jedediah is extremely uncomfortable, probably after his long journey. So John has kind of taken a liking to Jedediah's kids. He doesn't really have a opinion of Jedediah yet because he hasn't really got to know him. It's just been a couple of weeks now. But John kind of has realized that Jedediah is terrible at taking care of his kids. So he is just helping out because he's been a single dad for a while. And he promised Jedediah that he will help him find work. But John is actually a kind of Robin Hood character where he steals from people and gives to the less fortunate. So he trains his kids in the same kind of way, and he is going to mentor Morgan and Gemma and Lancelot and help them, have life skills because Jedediah is not really good at anything. So John has kind of become a pseudo dad because he's just like he looks out for the little guy, and he's kind of raising all the kids to look out for each other and to have each other's back, and they're kind of forming like a merry man group, and they're getting to know each other and growing really close. And of course, my autonomy was off, so that's why they were just staring at each other while I was talking. But at least you got to learn a little bit about my outline for them. I was going to have them run into a gang and that gang take pity on the kids, but I kind of like the idea of like bros taking care of kids. John thinks he doesn't know about Jedediah. He doesn't know anything about Jedediah. So he just thinks it's another single dad who's having a hard time. John's wife died when the plague came through his village because the plague is starting to sweep its way across the continent. It's not yet in Avalon, but it already swept through the village that John comes from. Oh, and John got his kids out of there after his wife fell ill. So, look, Jedediah can't even fish, guys. Jedediah! And he's scared, of course. Jedediah is a no good, terrible scoundrel. He is always he's the worst, guys. Jedediah is the worst, and I'm sorry, we gotta love him for it because he does not have any reputable, redeemable qualities yet. But yeah, this is where the kids are staying, and we have John here who is looking out for them. He's been teaching them how to cook, making sure that they don't go hungry. And he's been taking Jedediah and all the other kids under his wing. So I just got the notification, and I also saw that Eleanor's CC is messed up, so please excuse that. But Eleanor has given birth to one male child with Roderick. She named him Chadwick. I'm gonna have to change that. I need the name to be a little bit more medieval. I need to look that up. So I might change the name. But they had another son, it appears. I can't remember. I didn't know she was pregnant. So we do know Lord Roderick passed away. Gemma and Morgan have now discovered they have a difficult dynamic, and I think it's not all sunshine and rainbows. I think Morgan is realizing, like, this is not a fairy tale. Like, she was a mama's girl, and well, she also was a daddy's girl when she was a little girl, but my UI is too big, guys. I'm so sorry. I just want to see more of my game. But yeah, so Morgan was more of a mom's girl. She liked to do the lady things, the traditional lady things. And Gemma, we know, is rebellious. So she is enjoying this, but I think Morgan is struggling. And I guess she was trying to confide in her sister, and Gemma wasn't really having it. But let's see how she thinks of Robin, see if they have any interest. But the kids are all talking. I think they're talking about like their great adventure and how they had to move and how they are now just with their dad. Look at that old ruins. Maybe the kids will go and explore that at some point. That'd be so cute. I hate how she's sitting on the opposite side. But I think Gemma is still seeing this as a grand adventure. Like, she's okay picking berries and eating her own food, going fishing. And I think Robin's saying, yeah, it's been hard, but, we found a way to make it work for us. Our family has, we found a way to survive after losing our mom to the plague. So I'm going to see what they all think of each other. So Gemma has the fear of being inferior, and I think she feels that to her siblings because she has had a difficult time with her parents accepting her basic existence, but she has high confidence, so she really knows who she is and what she's about. As for I think Eliza, let's see how Eliza and Gemma think about each other. Let's see how they get to know each other. And we'll look at it from Gemma's perspective because she is our character. Well, she can't stand her brother Lancelot. That's kind of sad. He needs her. Maybe she doesn't like him because he's clingy, and right now she's just like, "Oh, get away from me." But her and Morgan do have a good relationship. I'm gonna open the profile. She has no opinion of Robin so far, and as for Eliza, no opinion. So that's not bad. They're getting to know each other and they're hanging out. I'm gonna check on Morgan because Morgan has to pee. I think there's a bush over here. So yeah, they're roughing it. I do need to check birthdays real fast. Okay, just as I predicted, it is Lancelot's birthday. I'm a little nervous to use MCC to age him up, but I think that is my only way because I don't know if a cake could be made. I do have it where they don't need ingredients on this lot because that would be too difficult to come in and like, they're all dying, they're all starving. I just can't. So let me see if I can make a cake. Yeah, we can make a cake. We'll go ahead and make him a cake. Take care of Lancelot's birthday. But the kids are all hanging out and getting to know each other. So that's really nice. But technically Lancelot's birthday was the first day of 1311, and we will roll for him and see how he's doing. Yeah, so it's Lancelot. We did lose Davos. Unfortunately, Davos passed away. So we don't have any teens until 1315, but look at Jedadiah. I had accidentally left it unpaused. At least he is trying to take care of his kids. He is still a storyteller at heart, and I think he always will be. I don't have an override for books anymore. I did kind of thin out my mods because of, you guys know, everything going on. I just keep it keep it to the minimum of what I need and then keep rolling. So I need to figure out why he didn't resume the cake after he goes to the bathroom. But he is at least reading telling Lancelot a story. Maybe he's reading him a bit of poetry that he wrote because Jedediah is always the dreamer of that kind of things. But we don't get teens until 1315. And we're in 1311. So 4 more years, they're going to be kids and they're going to grow in their skills and we're going to get to know them a teeny bit better. But I definitely feel like it's like when they're teens, you know them the best. But we're trying, and I want to shape up their story. I want to build up Lancelot and his skills and see what he's drawn to doing. Oh, look at her telling him like oh, and people in our background, like my mods for keeping people in the town don't work anymore. So if you see any background characters that are from our other town, they're not there, guys. They're not there. Like I can do what I can do. That's where I am right now. I need to know why you did not resume this. Is it because he's scared? So basically, I'm going to take a time to build an outdoor kitchen. I might turn this into a residential rental. These are like little tents. I got them off of the gallery. And so right now, everybody does have a place to sleep. And then we can have, Sims over and like run this as a little market if we want, but I really just kind of just did it for immersion to have like a set, but I don't really care because I don't know how much I'm going to play in Jedadiah. We might pop in and check on them every other year and see how it's going. Okay, what is Morgan doing? She just acquired the fitness skill, so I thought maybe she was doing something exciting. Looks like Gemma is having a panic attack basically because of feeling very inferior to her sister, or maybe even Eliza. Yeah, Jedediah is definitely the storyteller, and I think that's probably why John likes him. He was probably like, gosh, this guy is just like a quirky little, like, silly artist guy, and he's off on his own with his kids all by himself now. I've got to figure out why he's not cooking. I keep putting a new oven down. Okay, so he's finally making that cake. I really need to keep an eye on it. But over here, John is teaching Eliza and Gemma. He's invited Gemma to join in, but he's teaching Eliza and Robin, his children, how to fight and how to shoot bows and arrows. Gemma was invited, but maybe she's like just too intimidated at first to like work on those things with them. They've only known each other for a couple weeks and maybe she's just nervous. Yeah. No, don't eat the cake. Don't eat the cake. I have the cake. Don't eat the cake. Don't eat the cake. Don't eat the cake. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Gemma, go away. Have birthday candles. And then clean up the meat. Okay. We are going to have his birthday. I swear it. I don't like this. Oh, I can't wait till I have the mod that fixes everybody in the background again. So we need to help Lancelot blow out his candles and make a wish. Everybody come celebrate Lancelot. We hope he makes it. Actually, guys, I just remembered a rule that so remember how I said I'm not going to do the whole, I changed my rule recap videos, or I'm adding these rules and blah, 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 blah. Each decade, I'm going to change a few rules and adjust as I play until I find like the perfect way for me to play Ultimate Decades Challenge. This challenge is going to take me roughly 3 years to finish. So the way I play is mostly fantasy and storytelling, as you guys can tell, less historically accurate, although it is extreme. I do have extreme events. I do have added events that I put in. So by no means is it easy. One event is what I am allowing myself is to save one sim from a death roll in the next decade. One sim. I can't take it back. I can't change it. I'm adding myself the privilege as the watcher, the one that they worship. I am adding, so what I remember when I said to you guys that I wasn't going to do a whole, I changed my rules video, or this is my updated rules for the next 10 years as I'm learning how to play this challenge that's going to take me 3 years to play, and I'm adjusting it to my play style, so I'll continue to wanting to play, but I would like to stick to a set of rules in a decade so I can, evolve that gameplay, but I still think having the box of the rules is what makes it exciting. I've decided to allow myself one save from death within the 10-year span I am playing. Only one save as the watcher since they worship me. Occasionally I listen to prayers. So I am allowing myself one save. I have to use it wisely. I do have a few stories planned out, as well as is in the moment. Like if Jedadiah and let's say Lancelot rolls a death, obviously with everything Jedadiah has done, it is very logical that his son could die for him not taking care of him well enough. But let's say it's our main household. There is no story plot that made sense for like the kid not to survive age up. Maybe that means the kid has to die within the age up and never move on to the next phase. Does that make sense? So like, let's say it's like an infant or the best example is when a child rolls up to turn to a teen. If they get the death roll, to me, that means they just never get to age up to an adult and get married, but maybe they die in their teenhood. They don't have to die right away. Maybe if I want them for storytelling, because I'm about to get into some really big stories, and it's okay if the characters die, but I would like it to be with purpose. And if fate wants to guide me, I'll let you guys know at the end if any of that happened. I will keep a log. This is the one I prolonged the death. I did get a death roll. I hid it from you guys. Whatever. Or maybe we'll communicate it. I haven't decided yet because I've been really honest with all my death rolls. You saw Halia and Jacob lost half of their children. I am a savage. I do not play pretend. Like, as in, like, oh, that never happened. Like, I'm a savage. I let it happen. Obviously, this is play pretend, but you get what I'm saying, guys. Rant tangent aside, that is where I am. I am definitely wanting to make sure the death is not without meaning because I am telling an epic story at this point. And when I say epic, it's because I am taking care of over 23 to 27 Sims. I'd have to look at my chart to be sure. So if I want to tell this bigger story I have coming in my brain that I can't tell you guys yet, sometimes prolonging the death might just make it a little bit more, just a little better. So that's the goal. We are going to do Lancelot's role. I'm going to tell you guys, if he doesn't make it, I'll tell you guys, and then we'll see how it fits into the story. But it would make sense if it didn't work out for him. If I can get this to pop up, it'd be great. So to age up into a child, he just has to avoid a 9 or a 19. And I feel like because I said that so much, he's going to get a 9 or a 19. That was my refresh roll, by the way. I always do a refresh roll. So, yeah, I hope he doesn't because I would like him to make it to a teen. If he doesn't make it past teen, that's fine, but I would like him to make it to teen. But if not, I can adjust the story. Okay, 18. Whoo! That's close, but he made it. 9 or 19, he ages up. I was a little nervous. I was a little nervous. Okay, cool. Go ahead and age up, my bud. Come on, Lancelot. Oh. Jedadiah is like, I'm not going to worry about you aging up. I'm just going to eat this cake. Like, I'm so hungry. I slaved away. Everybody come eat cake, I guess. Celebrate. Can we age up, my boy? Are you going to go nap it out? No. I'm going to cheat his needs. Alrighty. Come on, dude. He is aged up to be, he can be a dog over goofy and outgoing. Yeah, sure. Well, maybe he is social then. We'll go into cast and check him out. All right, so here is Lancelot Alder. All right, so you guys are looking at Lancelot Alder. I feel like I want you guys to kind of know, like, Jedadiah is struggling. He cannot clothe his own kids. So that's where they're at. So Gemma is always hard at work practicing her skills. She wants to really, you know, join the Merriman family and their like scavenging and their adventures because it just sounds like a great time to her. And, you know, I think John makes everything a good time. He doesn't take anything too seriously. He doesn't know the extent of his friendship with Jedadiah, but they're all just having a good time at partying and just trying to make sure the kids are happy because, you know, John has lost his wife. He's got his 2 kids and he just wants them to feel good. Okay, so something we have to do in our main household is one of my random acts of life. The chance for a fire or flood that ruins the property. We have to roll a d20 and it's a 3 or a 19. It occurs on the autumn or the spring equinox, and it just so happens to be the spring equinox. The event will happen if we get one of those numbers. And hang on. If I get a 3, it's a fire that will take the crops. And if I get the 19, is that the other number? Yeah, if I get the 19, the house is going to be ruined. So we're going to roll for that. Halia is the only one home right now. So yeah, it's a d20, a 3 or a 19. Okay, it doesn't happen. That's awesome. All right, well, again, there's plenty of spring equinoxes and stuff. If it doesn't happen like once every other lifetime, I'll change the odds. That would be a random thing happen. It wouldn't happen once a generation, you know what I mean? It would be random. But it's an odd nonetheless. Oh, look at our little farm, guys. It's so pretty. I love it so. I'm so proud of it. Timeline wise, I know we have a lot of stories going on, so I just wanted to come in and check in on our main family. We did just lose baby Davos in the last episode, so that was really sad. Ugh, I wish I had all my mods that worked.